Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my thoughts on the Too Faced Natural collection. I've picked this up quite a little bit ago when it first launched, and I've been testing and trying it out. I just haven't actually gotten around to filming it, so it is a bit later, but it's available. It's not a limited edition collection, so I thought, let's give this a go. So I've already got my base on, I've set with powder and everything, brows are done. So let's dive into the Too Faced Natural Face palette. This packaging is just incredible. It's incredible. Everyone complains that because it's like rounded, it's hard to stack, but it doesn't bother me, honestly. So this is the palette here. It's a little bit dirty because I've been using it, but it's not too bad. So yeah, let's jump in, and I'm gonna use, I think, Sun Honey, and use that as a bronzy shade. I'm just gonna grab this BH Cosmetics brush. It's just their number 2. I think it's from their festival collection. Yeah, this is very pigmented, like their bronzers, their Chocolate Soleil bronzers. It's nice and pigmented, so you just need a little bit, and that's why like it doesn't even look like I've used the palette. So I've tested it out quite a few times, so I do know my thoughts on the palette, and I do like doing those kind of reviews. I love first impressions because, you know, if there is anything shocking, you guys do get to see that as well, but it's, yeah, the ones where, especially for non-limited edition products, like it's just easier to actually give my full thoughts on the product. So that way, if you've been thinking about it, or you've had it in your collection because you picked it up like me straight away, but went, I just don't know, or whatever, you just haven't gotten around to it. This is just such a nice palette. So as you can see, it blended so seamlessly. Like, it'll obviously look better when I add blush and everything like that as well. But yeah, you've got your two highlighters, 2 blushes, and 2 bronzers as well. We're gonna dip into the blush now. I'll just get a clean blush brush. So just this one here, just another BH Cosmetics one. I'm going to go into Pink Sand. This is literally my favourite kind of blush colour. I've got one from e.l.f. that's a very similar kind of colour called Mellow Mauve. It's just really nice. So the blushes they're still very pigmented, but I tap off my brush as well, as you're probably hearing in the video. But they're very buildable, so if you do tap it off and you go, oh, that didn't really give me much blushing or anything, it's okay. Like, just build it up, because it's a whole lot easier to build it up than to go in really hard and, yeah, have it all fall apart. What I will do is, so I use as much as I can, I'll use that one as well, and just on the tip of my brush, like, probably really hard to see on there, but just go on the apples of my cheeks. So this is a very, very pigmented one, and then just brush backwards. So that just adds a little bit more blush right there, and then blending it in backwards. So it blends away like so easy, so that's amazing. Okay, so that was Pink Sand and Pink Wink, and I love both of them. I wouldn't use Pink Wink by itself just because probably a bit intense for what I like, but yeah. Now I'm going to go into Satin Sheets, which is this bottom row here, highlighter. My favourite Real Techniques setting brush. This is literally, like, look at that. So stunning. And then what I'll do is I'll go into the Starlight, which has a bit more of a pink sheen, and just, like, you can see it doesn't even take away, like, I've probably used this a good dozen or so times, testing it out, because I've got, you know, obviously a lot of other makeup. I don't just use this one, so I've probably used it over a dozen times, and it barely shows anything. Like, no indentation, so you'll get a lot of use out of this product as well. I'll leave all, like, the product details and links and stuff to it in the description, but that is that palette. Like, it's absolutely stunning. It's so smooth, and yeah, I really enjoy this. You do get 4 grams per little square, so I think that's really amazing. I think the packaging is so beautiful. I'm just going to use this Too Faced Natural Nudes Intense Cocoa Coconut Butter Lipstick. This is in Overexposed. This is the only one I picked up. This is quite a darker colour than what I expected it to be, so I haven't used it as much, but my lips really need something. It's winter here in Australia, and having the heater on and things like that is drying my lips out. So as you can see, it's quite a darker colour, but it's really beautiful. It's really, like, easy to apply. And really soft. So, and once again, like, that packaging is so beautiful. Like, the only thing I do not like about this is that it doesn't have a point, so it's a bit harder to get that precise line, but if you just line your lips, it's not really a problem. I'm not big on lining my lips, to be honest. I feel like it's a little bit of a waste of time for me, but yeah. So now we're going to jump into the Natural Eyes palette. So I actually have the original one of this, and I know it sounds silly. I have the original one, but I picked up this one as well. So I think I'm not going to be able to find it now. Give me a sec. So this was the original. This is the new one. The size difference is quite extreme, and on the inside, absolutely stunning. Got the same kind of pattern all over the colors. This one has been loved a fair bit. But so as you can see, quite similar, but also so very different. They are the same colors. It's just reformulated and better packaging, things like that. So what I was thinking of doing is doing a side-by-side of each of them. So if you have the original palette, you can decide then whether or not you want to pick up the other one as well. So to start off, I've got a couple of similar, well, they're the same brushes, to be honest. So I've got 2 of these fluffy brushes, so I will use these for most of the blending. And yeah, so we're going to jump into the original to start with, and we're just picking up Heaven, which is the just nice creamy colour, and I'm just brushing that all over. To be honest, I think the formula was beautiful to start with, so I'm not really sure exactly why they decided to change it up. So I'm just jumping into the other palettes, well, the new one, and in the same colour, Heaven, and all over the lid. There's no more fallout, there's no less fallout, there's nothing too crazy like that, so also there's no difference there for me. Then I'm jumping into Nudie, which is a really nice, actually it's been changed. How did I not notice that before? Nudie is now Strip Poker. Oh well. I will still use it because they look fairly similar in the pan. So this is Nudie, so this is the original. This is just a nice cocoa colour. And it's super easy to blend, things like that. Now I'm going into Strip Poker. How come I never noticed that? I can't believe that. And doing the same. So I feel like actually Strip Poker's a little bit lighter. Not a whole lot. There's no massive difference. Nothing that someone would be like, oh, your eyes don't match, sweetie. No, it would just be that, yeah. It's just that slight difference. Now I'm going into Kashmir Bunny, which is slightly deeper brown again. Obviously these are all nude, so it's just going to be a bit of a nude eye look, but it's honestly a really nice palette to have for everyday wear, to work, to things like that. So I'm just going into the crease, like deepening that crease up. And going in the same with Kashmir Bunny in the new palette. And in the crease. And deepening that as well. See, to me, I don't see much change in the formula, and I haven't really heard much about comparing the two. Like obviously this is quite an old palette and things like that, and look, honestly it's probably got a date on it. Yeah, 12 months. I've had it longer than that, but hey, it's powder. Like, I'm not messy with my powders, so yeah. I've got brush fallout. Anyway, so now I'm going to switch up my brushes, just because I've done the crease quite well now. And we're going to go in with these two brushes. They're by Elf. They're just a bit of a smaller blending brush. They're nice and soft. I'm going to go into Sexpresso and just deepen the outer V. So this is the original palette. And I really like this colour. It's really easy to blend and deepen up that outer corner. You do get more product in the new palette. Obviously the old palette is like discontinued because they've brought out the new one and it's the exact same basically, but I just thought for people that already had the Natural Eyes one at home, didn't really want to go and pick out the new one, or didn't think it's worth it, because it probably isn't realistically. I just am a sucker for makeup, so because as you can see, so for my eyes look identical. There's no big difference as far as I'm concerned. I'm gonna jump back to these brushes. I do this all the time. I just use a couple of brushes and I'm good to go. So I'm going back into Kashmir Bunny. This is the original. And I'm just fluffing that under the eye. So just to kind of darken that up, because we do have quite a dark lip. Well, it's dark for me anyway. And the same on the new palette. And they look pretty good. Oh, oops. Ow. There wasn't much left on my brush there. I'm really bad at that. Okay, we're just going back into Sexpresso just to deepen that up again after we've blended. There we go. And same on the other side. This is something to get used to be honest. There we are. Okay, so now for the shimmer, I just want to use one of the shimmers. My absolute favorite in this palette, like this one here, has been Silk Teddy, and I want to use that today. It's a really nice light pinky champagne color, and I just use it on this brush, and it honestly goes on so well. Like, it's never going to be a super shimmery or anything like that. And now I'm going to do the same on the other side. So Silk Teddy on this side, I have noticed, is a bit pinker, I think, and whether that'll show up. This is the first time I'm actually doing it side by side. I haven't done it side by side like this before. It's just something I thought of kind of halfway through the video. I was like, oh, why not? Like, so this one is a little bit more shimmery straight off the bat. It looks a little bit more intense, a bit brighter. And obviously you would expect that if they're reformulating their formula, if they're redoing that, you would want it to be a thicker, well, not thicker, more intense kind of, you'd want it to be better. And so I think that's fair, and I think but even still, you can't tell a huge amount of difference. So what I will do is, just to try something a little different, let's jump into Honey Pot. Actually, let's jump into Erotica, just because we can, because it's quite a dark shimmer. We're going to jump into Erotica, and that's in both of them. And just with that flat brush again. Okay. And just doing it here. Sorry, I'm just looking at the mirror. Okay, so on this eye, it looks actually quite matte. So that is something to be aware of. In the new one, you can already see the shimmer on the brush. Yeah. So this is where they've redone their formula. Okay. Look at that fallout. Okay, so I'm just gonna blend that just so it's not super intense, because I don't want my eyes looking too crazily different. So what I might do is actually just add a little bit on this one. I know that's cheating, but if you're watching the whole way through, you can see that what I did. Okay, and just blending that. Okay, so yeah, I 100% believe, let me fix this because that just looks like I'm crying or something. And I just dropped my beauty blender. Oh, so I 100% think this is where they have changed up their formula, because, like, yes, this is an old palette, but these two here have always been super hard shadows. Not to use because you can use them wet, but to really get that kind of intensity like you do with the new one. So if that is something you're after, the new one obviously has that for you. But if you've already got the old one, do I think you need to rush out and buy this new palette? No. But if you want this updated formula, you want how good this performs and looks, then absolutely you should. This is Nala, everyone. she enjoys helping me with my makeup. Anyway, so Yeah, I think if you have this, use it. It's amazing, and honestly, I still use it. I am going to send it up to my sister because I don't need two of the same palette. So I am going to send this up to my sister, but I do think that this is a beautiful palette and I think it is worth the money, 100%. So you get, each pan is 2 grams of the bigger size ones. Oh, okay. The only ones that are actually bigger is these ones here. So these ones here are the bigger ones. Those smaller pans are 0.1 grams bigger. So it's actually nothing. So to be honest, yeah, they've just kind of upgraded and made bigger packaging and bigger squares. So I'm guessing they're just shallower squares. But yeah, so I'm just going to jump off camera and I'll line my eyes and lashes and do my mascara, and I'll come back and give you my final thoughts on this collection. Alright, won't be a sec. Okay, so I'm back. I just added a little bit of highlighter to my inner corner, did my lashes and lined them with, I'm actually in love with this at the moment. It's this, I don't know how to say this, it's the 3CE, is that, I don't know if that's going to focus, liner, super slim pen eyeliner, and it's in burgundy brown, and I absolutely love this. Just to do as eyeliner just on my top lashes. I just added that as my inner corner highlight and brow bone highlight, and then used the Too Faced Lights Camera Lashes mascara, which I only like in the travel, like the deluxe version. Anyway, that's beside the point. So my final thoughts on this collection is that it is definitely worth it if you do like the natural makeup, if you do want those kind of things. This palette, the face palette, is incredible. It is definitely worth it. I think these two colors are beautiful. Obviously, I prefer the Sunny Honey. Tropic Like It's Hot is a little bit deeper and I would use more in the summertime. The formula is incredible and is definitely worth it. I think, yeah, and the packaging is beautiful. This is incredible. If you don't have this, go out and buy this. You will love it. But if you have this, use this first. Don't waste your money and go and get another palette that's exactly the same, unless you really want to. That's just my opinion, but as far as I'm concerned, this is a great palette. It's like, yeah, it's older. It's not as formulated with pigmented and formulated with the shimmer shadows, but I still think it's a great palette to have in your collection. The lipstick I do really like. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's it's not transfer proof, which I'm a bit of a klutz, so it's kind of annoying. However, this is great. It moisturizes my lips at the same time. So in times like this, in winter, when it's cold, or even when it's hot and you've got air conditioning running all the time, this is just really a great formula. It's got the coconut butter in it, so it's really good for your lips. And yeah, I think Too Faced killed it with this collection, and I really, really love it. I'm sorry this video is so late coming to you, but it isn't a limited edition collection, and so that's why I thought I would still bring it to you guys. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope you've gotten something out of it, whether you've got the old palette, whether you're thinking of getting the new ones, or whether you've already got them. Yeah, I do think it's 100% worth it, and yeah, that's my final thoughts. Anyway, I hope you're all having an amazing day, and I hope you'll subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more videos from me, and please give this video a thumbs up. Anyway, I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.